faculties, and administration, I would like to welcome family, friends, and community members to the celebratory yet formal event. Not only is this the 62nd graduation of Steelton-Highspire School District, it is important to note that before the consolidation of the school district, the first graduation of Steelton-Highspire Steelton School District was held in 1884, and the first graduation of the Highspire School District was held in 1903. Since the first graduation has always been a time to celebrate, but it's also a time of transition. It is your gateway to the future. As a school, we are proud of you and we congratulate you. But it is also our expectation that this is one stop in a long road of accomplishments and goals that you will reach in your lifetime. Throughout life, you will all encounter many challenges as well as happy occasions. With life's ups and downs, remember that just because you're down doesn't mean you're out, and just because you're up doesn't mean the battle is over. Life is a constant churn, and I am confident that you all have the requisite skill and determination to not only be the master of your own destiny, but to change the world for a better place as well. So to the class of 2019, I congratulate you on a job well done. And once again, I welcome our guests, and I hope that you enjoy the ceremony. At this time, I would like to introduce Ms. Emily Scott, who will give a welcome on behalf of the class of 2019.
Good evening, graduates, school board, administrators, teachers, and guests. Welcome to the class of 2019 commencement ceremony. Speaking on behalf of the class of 2019, we would like to thank families, friends, teachers, and our counselors for the support over the years. You have all helped shape us into the people we are and the people we become in the future. Class of 2019, our night has finally come.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome to this special, long-awaited night. Let's start this off right, though. I need everyone in this space to turn to your neighbors right now. I'm going to give you 10 seconds and say, sheesh, you're looking good. Okay. Seniors, I mean graduates. You look amazing. I saw you sparkling, smiling, and shining just 3 weeks ago at prom. But I'll tell you this, there's nothing more fly than the look of success and intelligence and accomplishments in the whole world. We're here to celebrate you this evening. And I won't keep y'all long, because I know you really want that diploma. But there's a few things I want to take this moment to say to you tonight. The first is that I am so proud of you. As I drove to school this past week, I reflected on this year. I'd hear a song and it reminded me of you, and I think, I need them to know that. I replayed hundreds of memories in my mind. Memories of your successes, your struggles, your tears, your jokes, things you said, and the ways I watched you interact with your peers. When I think about some of the things that I've had the blessing of watching you conquer, it gives me chills. I've seen some of you balance long hours of work with early mornings of school, barely dragging your butts through the door, but you were here. Being or becoming the best parent that you can while still being a student. Worrying about where you'll live or where your next meal will come from. Dealing with the loss of a parent or a relative to violence or incarceration. Battling and overcoming illness, caring for your siblings and sometimes your older family members. Facing consequences for your past mistakes, fighting through the ups and downs of doubting yourself and where you're going. And I've also seen some of you take algebra and geometry. But you never gave up, at least not for longer than a few hours. That's strength and perseverance, and you're warriors for that. You chased the lion, you went after it, and you came out victorious. Not only am I proud of you for your accomplishment tonight, but I'm proud of you for who you are. Knowing what amazing human beings you all are makes my heart beat stronger. Because I know that you were born in or brought to this country, to this state, to this county, to this district, to this school, to be a roller for a reason. These things aren't accidents. You could have ended up anywhere, but you ended up at Steel High, and there was a purpose for you, who you are in this place. The walls of these classrooms, hallways, and offices have seen every emotion, and there were plenty of days where we didn't like each other. Plenty of days. But there was never a day when you weren't loved. My hope is that you all felt that. And that's the thing right there that makes us unequivocally and without a doubt rollers. Some people say money and power are the most important things in life. But your actions already show that you know that the most important things in this life are your relationships. It's really about who is in our hearts and who our hearts beat for. Who we can be our real, authentic selves with, even when life gets hard or awkward. I am so proud to see you be that person for each other every single day. You protect and defend each other. Parents and guests, you may not know this, but at Steel High, even if we don't see eye to eye, we always have each other's backs. Y'all showed me this firsthand, just how deep this goes, a few months ago. And it meant the world to me. You look out for each other. You wait for each other to leave each day. You remind each other of tests and project deadlines. You keep each other out of fights and give each other a place to stay when you need to get away or have nowhere to go. You laugh, cry, and complain with each other, and oh Lord, the complaining. What will you do without complaining about the cafeteria food? Or the nurse's office? Or computer class? I thank God that these halls are filled with more smiles and laughter than tears every day. But when there are tears, there's always someone there to say, I see you. You okay? That's family. You'll carry these relationships with you in whatever your next step is. You may not see each other every day anymore, but you'll always remember what it's like to be seen and cared for. It feels like Steel High. I have one last thing to share with you. Just as there was a purpose in you being here at Steel High, there's a purpose in your next step too. You will need every lesson that you learned here within these halls. And no, you might not need to know what alternating interior angles are or how to find the slope of a line, but you will need the grit that it took for you to make it through that class. You will need the strength it takes to be vulnerable and take risks. You will need the boldness to stand up for yourself, others, and what's right. You weren't made to be fearful or anxious. You were made to be courageous and do hard things. Class of 2019, you are ready to chase your next lion and climb your next mountain. And even though I'll miss you dearly, I can't wait to see how you change the world that's waiting for you. Before you leave tonight, sometime between the smiles and hugs, please make sure to thank the people that supported you, pushed you, and helped you get here on this journey. Please give them a hug and say, hey, thanks for helping me get here. I couldn't have made it without you. Take a few pictures with the teachers who listened and encouraged you along the way. Those who inspired you know. Those who inspired you know. I know because you inspired me. Class of 2019, thank you for teaching me to love stronger, laugh louder, see with vision, and listen when I hear. In case you didn't know, you're loved. At this time, we have our graduation coordinator coming up, and she has a special message for you. But before we do that, I think she deserves a round of applause because she just got her doctorate this Saturday.
Thank you. And good evening. I would like to thank the school board, administrators, and graduates for allowing me to be your graduation coordinator. And I had to fortunate to work with Mrs. Morrison, your class advisor, in the many fundraisers, homecoming, and prom. She did a phenomenal job to fulfill you with many memories. As you literally took your last walk through the building, if walls could talk, they would remark the frightened seventh graders who entered the building 6 years ago. If ceilings could see, they would say, are they the same boys who were shorter than the girls and now grown into young men of tall stature? If hallways could hear, would they say, are you the same rambunctious, loud junior high students? If windows could whisper, would they say, because you dared to hang in there, you are standing here tonight? So graduates, as parents look on, they say, we are so proud of you, and I say to you, well done and congratulations.
Sorry. Okay. We've been waiting for this evening. Now that our high school graduation is finally here, it feels like maybe we could wait just a little bit longer. How did we get here? Seems like just yesterday we walked this very stage as sixth graders and stepped into the junior high hallway upstairs. Somewhere between then and now, we have grown into roller graduates. Ready to take on the world. It's crazy to sit back and reflect on all the things we've been through as a class and just generally together. Right now, in this moment, I wish we could go back and do it all over again. Looking back on so many memories, good and bad, the unexpected on one hand, and on the other hand, things we couldn't wait to experience. We are grateful for all of the above. Thinking back to the years that we didn't count, or that we didn't counted, now realizing those were our stepping stones that led us to this moment. Thinking back to times where we could never agree on anything, and other times when we came together when we needed each other, like when we took losses, like Mr. Slade passed away and Miss Melanda. Those passings hit home for many of us. But we came together and the healing process became a bit easier. Times we came together in happiness, such as being back-to-back District 3 champs and our Hollywood-themed homecoming this year. No matter what, we always stuck together, and I appreciate all of you for that. With all of this being said, we must now move on with our lives, close this chapter, and open up the next. Some of us are going to universities, others to work in the military. No matter what, we'll always be joined with roller pride and all of our everlasting memories that we've created as one. I would like to leave you with a poem by alumni Brooke Conjar, class of 2003. There is a little school that sits on a hill, a David among Goliaths, if you will. Everyone wonders how they stand so tall, with so few students playing trip above. Is it pride or help from above? Community spirit, or maybe even love? So many legends of years gone past, they'll never die, they'll always last. We graduate, we move on, but we never stray from the loyalty we felt for the blue and gray. As we grow up and time goes by, we realize what it means to be from Still High. I just wish we could explain this to the rest, what it feels to be a roller and the best. Good luck and congrats to the class of 2019.
On the behalf of class of 2019, I would like to thank everyone for coming tonight. Tonight marks You're either a parent, guardian, or a family member of someone who just completed the biggest step in a high school career. We have braved for the last 4 years of high school and the hardships, either late nights or early mornings, or however, we were able to sit here today in these caps and gowns because we embodied the simple phrase, which is to never give up. Before I continue, I would like to thank someone who has got me here today, and that's my mom. She is my best friend, and she's the reason why I'm here today. We have had ups and downs, but every mother and child would. But she has never given up on me, and she's the reason why I'm here in front of you today. Here at Steelton-High, there are plenty of things that, if you were on the outside looking in, it would seem as if we weren't combined as a whole. I can say that from practice today and the last couple of weeks as a senior class, this is the closest we've ever been all together. There has been many teachers here today, or maybe not, that have been aiding this class over the years, and it wouldn't have been possible without them. But the teachers, like Miss Strayer, Miss St. Hilaire, and Miss Miller, they keep doing what you're doing. They teach one of the hardest subjects that no one wants to do, which is English. So, in order to get everyone through this to this day, it wouldn't be without them. I would like to also thank our senior class advisor, Mrs. Morrison and Miss Murphy, for getting us here today as well. They have spent countless hours and time planning, organizing the fundraisers without asking for anything in return from us. And now I will speak directly to my fellow graduates. To be short, the world is a tough place. And looking at all of you now, I'm surprised that I'm even up here talking to you. From here on out, we face a world full of uncertainty and hardships. And I believe, as we think valedictorian, for me to let you know what that means for me. I would guarantee everyone sitting in this room at one point has faced a hardship or a setback, which would probably make them think they wouldn't be here today. And I would like to congratulate for everyone making it here today. For some of us, we've experienced these hardships on the athletic fields. Football players, basketball players, baseball players, have all dealt with being a student athlete where they had to do work and then also participate in practice and the games. For anyone who wasn't a student athlete, the struggle was still the same, making sure that your academics were intact. Things that left us wondering how we would go forward from today, from when we were tired, exhausted, and wanted to give up. Yet we all stand here today stronger because we didn't let those things keep us down. It isn't any secret that things like this will occur again, and sometimes even worse. And at times throughout the years, you'll become overwhelmed and get knocked down by life's punches. However, I'm confident in all of you sitting here today that you will not fall. Because the truth is, falling down is very much different than failing. Failing is falling down and refusing to get back up, and I can say with complete honesty and utmost certainty that I don't think any of us will stay down for long because that wasn't how we were raised. People from our towns were brought up differently. We are connected by a stronger bond with those around us and a stronger will to keep us pushing through difficult times. Because the truth is, for many of us, that's all we know. This is what separates us from the average. And in all of Central PA, you'll never find someone with the grit and determination that you'll find in a Steele-High graduate. You won't find a unique skill set that one possesses here anywhere else. We are truly unique in our ability to prove people wrong and to push through problems where the average person would simply give up. There is no school that can do quite what we do, and for that, we should be immensely proud to be a graduate from Steele-High. My final word to you is simple. Understand that we are different, and that is okay, because no one can do what we do. Nobody can fight back the way we do. The drive and motivation that we possess is what we have to offer the world. Our values call upon us to care about the lives of the people around us, and with our determination, we can truly make the world a better place for those in need. Lastly, I ask one simple favor. Take a look around at the people around you in the caps and gowns, your friends, your family, and I want you to remember this exact moment. Whenever life knocks you down, look back to this moment and remember that no matter where you go or what you do, or what problems you may face, there will always be people who care about you and have your back. So always remember, stay committed, have fun, always do things for the right reasons, because we have too much to offer this world. Thank you.
Extended family, students, and staff. I would like to begin my speech with a list of some of the people who have impacted my high school career here at Steele-High in such a positive way. Coach Watson, Ms. Jackson, Ms. Greenawalt, Ms. Miller, Mrs. Witter-Davis, Ms. Lyons, Mr. Bragg, and so many other people that I left out, but trust me, the speech will be the whole graduation ceremony. I also want to shout out Monte. Happy birthday! As you heard from my introduction, I am the class president of Steelton-Highspire, class of 2019. team in colors, and no offense to Ms. Jackson, but I felt like no one wanted to hear about the class color nor our theme. And I thought to myself, I don't think we even have a class theme. From the middle of May until now, I have been to many graduation ceremonies, and I've always seen one recurring theme, which was growth. Although it wasn't plastered in the programs, at everyone's speeches, I heard the word growth. And many times, I thought to myself, growth is a great thing, but I never really saw growth as a theme anywhere before. Usually people have something along the lines of honor, pride, or determination. The more I listened to the speeches, it inspired me to think we have a theme instilled in each and every one of us, which in fact is growth. Whether we know it or not, we are all growing every single day. Growth, a fascinating thing we as individuals are able to derive. The definition of growth is a process of developing or maturing physically, mentally, and or spiritually, which in any case is such an amazing thing to be able to do. I was listening to the song The Matrimony by Wale, and in the beginning it had a snippet from the show Seinfeld. It says something about the nature of growth. If we would ever be able to be ready for it was along the lines of the question Wale had asked. The Seinfeld snippet then replied with, "You can't be ready for it because it's growth, it's going to be new." From the first moment I listened to the song and that intro, it made me think of my high school years here at Steelton-High. In fact, it made me think of my years here since kindergarten. Seeing my classmates leaving and coming back, and the OGs that stuck here for the long haul grow around me, even though they weren't ready for it, including me, was something that I've been grateful for. What I've noticed from my point of view is that we have never been 100% sure about where we wanted to go from this point forward. But I always say to myself, not to let people cloud your judgment or decision, because at the end of the day, you are living this life for you. And you are the only person who can ensure your growth is for the better. We as graduating seniors have a great foot into the door of our future and path in which we decide is ultimately up to us. Before I close this speech, I would like to share with you a quote from a selfless humanitarian and philanthropist, Bill Gates. He stated that your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's. Don't be trapped by living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of other opinion drown out your inner voice. And most importantly, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Thank you, and congrats to us, Steel High Class of 2019.
Our speaker is a 1980 graduate of Harrisburg High. He earned his Bachelor of Science degree from Slippery Rock University with a major in health and physical education. For the past 30 years, Clarence has been an advocate for uplifting and transforming the urban community. Some of his accomplishments are as follows. 2001 and 2002, he was the education chair and won the Presidential Chair Award for the Harrisburg Chapter NAACP. 2001, he earned his CMT certificate, started and directed the Harrisburg NFL Youth Flag Football League for 12 years, started and directed the Steel High Girls NFL Flag Football League for 7 years, founder and director of the Steel High Chess Club, helped originate, develop, and now direct the most successful summer work program for inner city teenagers. Harrisburg Housing Authority's summer work program, currently building a part-time financial literacy business through World Financial Group, head junior high and high school girls volleyball coach, and currently a health and physical education teacher at the most interesting school in Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of our own, Mr. Clarence Watson.
Testing, 1, 2. Okay, can you guys hear me well? Can you hear me? All right, first of all, I'd like to thank Ms. Jackson and the graduating coordinators for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today. And it's an honor. I've been part of a lot of positive things, but to be able to go and speak to the class of 2019 and give you guys some wisdom, It's probably one of the highest honors that I've ever received, so thank you. You know, one of my favorite quotes is from the great debaters. It's called, do what you have to do in order to do what you want to do. So what I want is, I want the class of 2019, you guys are here today because you do what you had to do in order to be granted for this opportunity to graduate today. So let's give the class of 2019 a great round. You guys ready to graduate, so I won't be long, but I must be strong. Now, most of you know that I like to cook. You know, matter of fact, I couldn't have a recipe this morning for my secret society seniors. They were like, hey, Watson, can you make some mac and cheese? So they snuck in this morning. So my message today is, I'm gonna break the word. I know your theme is pride, and I'm gonna talk about something different other than the regular roller pride. I want to break pride down into a recipe form, so that you can understand how to use it throughout your life. In the word, I want you guys to, this recipe is going to help you max out the next chapter of your life. You know, those are the two of my favorite words, max out the next chapter of your life. So I want to break that down for you. Are you ready? Are you ready for the number one recipe? First of all, I'm going to start with the letter P. P, I want to say, let's take a tablespoon of, P means be proactive. Let's have a tablespoon of being proactive. It is time for you seniors to start getting up on your own, not having your mom, your dad, your uncles, your sisters, and brothers wake you up. It's time for you guys to stop being late, not only for school now, but it's going to be for work. So you guys got to start being proactive in your life. Start making a difference. Start making changes in your life. Because right now, you're ready to start a new chapter. It's a dog-eat-dog world out here. And I know that you can do it because this is one of the best senior classes that I've ever had an opportunity to teach. And I know we are loaded with talent right here. So go for it. Be proactive. Make things happen. Don't wait for things to happen. Start making things happen. All right? R. The next ingredient is R. I'm saying let's have a 1 pound of roller pride. You know, you are rolling for life. Don't be ashamed of who you graduated from. You know, you have people talking negative out there about you. Don't worry about that. No one has ever been through what our school has been through. We're like the most transparent school in Pennsylvania. It can be a good thing in the news one day, a bad thing in the news the next. But you know what? That is a good thing for us because we know how to handle success. We also know how to get through adversity. So take that pride with you. I was redirected here to come to Steelton-High. 1985, I started teaching. I was subbing in Harrisburg. I became the junior high. I became the baseball coach. I was JV baseball coach. Became the varsity baseball coach. And so I'm like, wow, you got 3 jobs open. I'm ready to teach here and make things happen. And they were like, not today, sir. You're kind of too young to be teaching. I mean, to be a head coach here. I'm like, too young? I mean, I was a native of Harrisburg. Goodness gracious. But guess what they said? They said, guess what? Steelton-High has a job open. I'm like, really? Okay. I called Steelton-High 2 days later, got the interview, like 3 days later, got the job. I'm like, oh, that's where I'm supposed to be redirected to. So I'm a roller for life. You be a roller for life. Whenever you wear that gear, roller gear, anywhere you go. Like I said, we are the most interesting school in Pennsylvania. We are, because of where I go, like, hey, man, yo, roller blue. I'm like, yeah, roller. You guys have to go for that kind of stuff. So have pride for where you come from. Forget about the naysayers. And when you go out there, at the end of the day, when you get a job, there's going to be different people from different schools working with you. From East and Harrisburg and Central Dauphin. And at the end of the day, you guys are at the same job, making the same amount of money. So it doesn't matter where you graduated from, you're going to end up in the same place. So that's my second ingredient, R. The next ingredient is I. I'm saying that's I. I for impact. Let's say if I want to have like 2 ounces of impact. You guys have to make an impact in somebody's life. Myself, the most impactful person in my life is my dad. My dad, he couldn't read or write, and this was like back in the 70s. And it was so impactful for him because what he would do, he would read to us. I was 7 years old, I'll never forget, he said, I can't read. He would actually be crying while I was reading because he couldn't read. And I didn't know he just escaped like, the South from Jim Crow. And that stuck with me because he worked hard. He drove a tractor trailer. Somehow he got a CDL. Even though he didn't have a formal education, he actually was very smart. I'm like, yeah, my dad's driving a tractor trailer, CDL, he can't read or write. But I said, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be an avid reader because he couldn't do it. And I said, I'm going to follow. I'm going to make his name look good. Clarence W. Watson is the other same name. I'm the third. I said, I'm going to put your name out there in a positive way because he worked hard. He actually died at age 42 from lung cancer, but he was probably the most impactful person in my life. You guys got to make an impact out here. If you hang around 4 broke people, what happens, seniors? You'll be the 5th one. So hang around people that are going to impact your life. Make a difference out there. Okay, our next ingredient. Next ingredient is the letter D. We need about, no, D is for dreams. Dreams. You need about 2 pounds of dreams. Go for your dreams. Take your dream and run with it. A lot of us right now, if you don't, think about this. If you don't work toward your dreams, somebody will hire you to build theirs. If you don't work toward your dreams, somebody will hire you to build theirs. And you guys are smart, you can be entrepreneurs, you can do different things. And a story about myself, I don't really share, I haven't shared this in a while, but when I started the flag football league, I put my thoughts to action. That's what you guys do, put your thoughts into action. And I started the Harrisburg Flag Football League from a thought, because I played when I was little. They had, like every elementary school in Harrisburg had a little flag football team, did what we had to do. So years later, I actually was watching the Super Bowl, and I saw these kids playing flag with like NFL jerseys. I'm like, oh man, I can do that around here. And it stuck with me. Whenever something keeps running through your mind, it is worth going after. So I read a quote from Thomas Edison, and he said, if you want to do something, put it out there first. Put it out to the public. So this has bothered me for about 6 months. So I put it in the paper. I started putting it in the paper. Harrisburg NFL flag. All of a sudden I started getting all these calls. I'm like, oh, I'll call you back. I'll call you back. I'll call you back. I didn't know what to do, but my back was against the wall. So I had to do it. And my league turned out to be one of the top leagues in Harrisburg for years. It led me to teaching girls how to play flag football. I put these girls on the top, at the top of the stage, playing for national tournaments, because I believe that you guys are injected with all this talent. You got to bring that talent out. Don't let it go to waste. So what I said to myself, I said, I'm going to make sure that I see this talent, I'm going to put this on the national stage. It took some years because I have a farmer's virtue when I teach. You plant, you cultivate, and then you harvest. Matter of fact, we lost our first 5 regional championship games, 5 in a row. Like I said, we're done. But the 6th one, 7th, and 8th, we qualified, girls made NFL players, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I put my thoughts to actions. That's what you guys have to do. Sound fair? All right. The next letter, E. E is for exposure. So let's say we have 2 tablespoons of exposure. You need to expose your gifts to the world. Turn your gifts into a financial stream. Don't get pigeonholed in thinking that you're one thing. Like they're saying, Washington, I used to be a health teacher. Yeah, but I also like to write because I've been working on the book for about 9 years, but I've been redirected. I like to do certain things. Use all your gifts as a financial stream. Do that. Let's say that you're a good artist. Use some non-traditional ones. You might have pretty nails and you get paid millions of dollars showing your nails, right? You might have a beautiful voice. You might make millions because your voice is beautiful on the phone. So go ahead, take charge, go after, and expose your gifts to the world because we have nothing but gifts here in the class of 2019. What I want to do, I want to go ahead and end with a poem. You're only here on earth for 100 years or less. It's very important to do your best. The 5 ingredients listed in my recipe should be blended together to the highest degree. So max out and go after all of your dreams. And that is my message for the class of 2019. But before I leave, I need you to repeat after me. Your newfound recipe. P-R-I-D-E. P-R-I-D-E. Say what? P-R-I-D-E. Let's go back. P-R-I-D-E. P-R-I-D-E. One more time. P-R-I-D-E. All right, thank you, class. 2019.
Okay, here we go. This is the formal part. In recognition of the records and achievements of the students of this class, and by the virtue of the authority vested in me as principal of Steelton-Highspire High School, I certify that these students have met the graduation requirements of the Steelton-Highspire School District, and I take pleasure in recommending to you the graduating class of 2019. Ms. Rachel Slade, President, Board of School Directors, Steelton-Highspire Schools.
Congratulations. Acknowledging this application and recognition by the principal and by the authority vested in me as the President of the School of Directors, I take pleasure in presenting to you the graduating class of 2019 for conferring of diplomas. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor of presenting to you Dr. Travis Waters, Superintendent, Steelton-Highspire High School.
This is why you really came right here. So let's get started. In recognition of the certification and recommendation of these graduates by the principal and the acknowledgement by the President of the Board of School Directors, I hereby declare by the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Board of School Directors as the Superintendent of the Steelton-Highspire School District that high school diplomas may be conferred to the graduating Steelton-Highspire class of 2019.
Good evening. I'm so honored to be able to share this moment you all have worked so hard to achieve. Thank you for allowing me to teach you and grow alongside of you. This is your moment. Enjoy it. Our first graduate, Jada Wiles. Najmo Muhammad. Selena Kadane. Emily Scott. Rocio Alcantar. Viviana Melendrez Martinez. Danae Bowman. Kiera Reyes. Eric Dickey. Ala Justice Fund. Marlon Anderson II. Giovanni Ayala. Leslie Bartolo. Angelis Bumgarner. Tehran Blount. Nakai Bowers Livingston. Raquise Brown. Amante Bruner Bula. Kelvin Caraballo Colon. Murray Coleman. Diamond Cox. Malik Shahid. Elise Flowers. De'Ara Franklin. Janice King Cunningham. Jeanette Blaster. Lena Mahaffey. Brittany Marty. Savannah McHugh. Jayon Miller. Gabriel Morales. Vanessa Nunez. Yara Ortiz Carrillo. Roman Pacheco. Alex Packard. Tamasia Patterson. Nasara Phillips. John Carlos Hewitt. Precious Robinson. Devin Rothamel. Mohammed Shahab. Alexis Spencer. Trinity Swan. Nashawn Stewart. Michaela Zibnewski. Latasia Taylor. China Thomas.
Will the class of 2019 please rise? Congratulations, you are now officially graduates of the Steelton-Highspire. Move your tassels from right to left.
Class of 2019, have a seat for just a second, please.
Greetings and good evening, everyone. My name is Rachel, and I will be doing the prayer. In the past few days, I've struggled with writing this farewell speech. I didn't know what I was going to write about, and don't get me wrong, it wasn't because I didn't have anything to say, but that there was so much emotion in the words I wanted to say that it was difficult for me to put them into coherent sentences. It would be so embarrassing if all I could say today was, still high? Yeah, I like it. Amazing. Fantastic. Though I haven't been here long, my story begins here. This isn't going to be like most farewell speeches. It's lengthy, so please be patient with me. I came to Steelton-Highspire in the middle of my junior year. Before coming to Steelton High, my family and I moved to the U.S. from Africa and lived in Mechanicsburg for 7.5 years. I had gotten accustomed to one place, and I wasn't ready to leave it. Upon moving here, I asked people what Steel High was like. I only got one response, the same response from everyone. All they knew about Steel High was that it has a great football team. As amazing as it is, this wasn't much help as I was not going to be playing football. When I first moved here, I was upset because I didn't know how I was going to navigate my new environment. Whether I would make friends or even if I could like it here. Have you ever heard of the saying that things are better experienced than told? Well, those are not the exact words, but there's a saying like that somewhere in the world. I've once heard about it. It means that instead of having someone tell you about a person or a place, it's better that you yourself see it or meet the person and make your judgment based on your personal encounters rather than relying on gossip. That's a big lesson I've learned coming to Steel High. I had no idea that it would become a place that I would come to love and hold dear.
I didn't know that I would meet such compassionate people. People who would challenge and help me grow and give me a different perspective. We usually say that school life is boring, torturous, and miserable. And though it is, I think a few years from now, many years from now, if someone were to ask me of my high school days, I would find myself telling him about Steele High. The 2 years I've spent here are far more lovable and memorable than any other memory I have of school. And that is all because of the people who are here. The teachers and friends who make every day exciting and indelible. The people here are so colorful, and with that I don't mean skin, but character and personality. Every single person is unique and inspirational. So, as weird as it may sound, many times I consider myself a camera. I witness many events, record them, and capture them in my heart. Every day, I've witnessed friendship, loyalty, respect, and kindness displayed among my peers and teachers. It's an amazing thing to see, the sense of community that exists here. Although I've only been attending Steele High for 2 years, it's come to feel like a home. Like home. A home that I will never forget, no matter how hard I try. I can't believe that it's time for us to graduate already. I feel like it was just yesterday that I was starting the first day of school. And time, it's constantly moving and it never waits for anyone. It depends one to change, to grow. It may seem like time is an enemy, but the gifts of time, moments, are more precious than time without meaning. These past few years of school may have been frustrating and difficult, but each day, whether we noticed or not, we were growing, learning something new, whether big or small. Everything we experienced every day was gradually helping us grow to be the people that we are today. So, to our beloved parents who have worked so hard to feed us, clothe us, make sure that we were safe and well and happy. To you who set your dreams and everything aside just so we could grow up to become strong, resilient, and loving beings. You who are from the beginning, devoted all your love and care to us. Thank you so much. You are our foundation, the beginning, the middle, and the end. You are the rock we can always rest upon. You are the ones whose kindness we can never forgive. We can never repay. And also to our dear teachers who took us under your caring wing like a parent. To you who put your time into guiding us, challenged us, cultivating us to become smart, independent, and adaptable learners. You who inspired and always encouraged us to dream, to step out of the comfort zone and onto the growth zone. You have taught us so much more than we can remember, but have ingrained in us the most important lessons: patience, consistency, and honesty. Thank you so much. Your wisdom we will guard and convey with us forever. Both parents and teachers, thank you for taking care of us and helping us grow from ingenuous children to intelligent, independent, genuine, and kind young men and women who are ready to begin the next chapter of their life. My fellow classmates, today we take a step forward in our lives. We might feel like or we might not, but today a change will take place and we must prepare ourselves. Here are a few words of wisdom and encouragement. This is a poem. Adversity. It can render one vulnerable, sometimes even blind. At times, it becomes the only thing that they see. It is unpredictable. It can become impenetrable. It screams impossible from a mile away, staring you down with a deadly, opaque gaze. It challenges you, daring you to take the next step. You panic, wondering what to do. how to move on, and whether you can do it. Now you're stuck in a quicksand with no one to pull you up and nothing to hold on to. It thrives with every thought of doubt you have, enticing and manipulating your every escape plan. It crushes your burst of hope. Many have clasped at its feet, having drowned with its preceding ally, fear. Not many have claimed victory of this battle before and wondered, what will happen to me? Fear. It's a simple four-letter word, but it has the power to break one down until there's nothing left in them. It makes your mind and heart fill and ache with oceans of self-doubt. It makes you question yourself until you find yourself murmuring like a mad person. Then you start to fear everything, especially the future. You never know what the future holds for you until it comes running at you from every direction and surprises you like a thunderbolt, and you realize that no matter what you do, you can never dodge it. However, though it's arduous to remember, it's important that you know. Courage is fear's greatest friend. You must never forget that fear, self-confidence, determination, and patience are the antidotes and your armor for battle. Winning may seem like a mere mirage in the desert, but like all great things, it will happen only when you believe it. When you believe that you've got what it takes to make it, take a stand and face the future, never aiming to dodge. When victory is declared, you will come to find that it is you who won. You will find that you have a superpower of your own, and no one can take it away from you. But recognize and never forget that the same way you can free yourself and claim victory, you can imprison and inflict pain on yourself. The fear didn't come to existence on its own. You created it. You can destroy it. So, now, let yourself dream, and dream big. Be bold and ambitious. Let your dreams evolve and don't remain stagnant, because time is always moving. Things are always changing, and you are also changing. Think of life as a book. Each person has their own story to tell. The tales cross paths, but each story is independent. So when you have a dream, a passion, be ambitious and don't let the obstacles stop you. When others mock you and tell you, you'll never succeed, use it to fuel your ambition. Work hard so that when you make it come true, you can show your haters just how powerful you are. And so that you can say to their face, na 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 na, cut me down. Right? Keep in mind that you will fail. It's bound to happen and there is no way you can stop it. When you forget, remember to never take yourself seriously. You start taking yourself too seriously, just remember that we are talking monkeys on an organic spaceship flying through the universe. When the plot changes unexpectedly, just yell plot twist and move on. When you're having a rough day, remember the little blessings and great moments. In your ambition, don't settle for just one ending, but to bring to life the bigger picture. Remember, you are your own story. You write how it goes. You only live once. However, your story is complex and telltale. You are your own story. Only you tell how it goes. So make it worthwhile and make it good. Thank you to my classmates. Thank you to my classmates for helping me grow, for making me laugh every day, and making me feel welcome. Share with the world the kindness you shared with me. Class of 2019, we've come so far. Give yourselves a round of applause. This is the end of this chapter, but it's only the beginning of our story. I know that you will all tell great stories, inspiring, life-changing, meaningful stories. I'm very grateful to have met you all. I pray that we are people with eyes that see the best in people, with hearts that forgive the worst, minds that forget the bad, and souls that never lose faith in God, in each other, and in humanity. Now I will conclude. Thank you all for coming today and for being patient with me through this long speech. I wish you a good rest of your evening.
Folks, it's really loud, sorry. I understand that this was a little bit confusing. In a few minutes, well, they're going to do the presentation of the banner, and then we're going to leave. So if you're standing in front of the doors, if you could just park a little bit so that everybody can get out before you guys leave, I'd appreciate it. There are some open seats if you want to find a seat for just a few minutes, but if you could move away from the doors, we'd appreciate it so that they can get out. At this time, can we please have Angeles Baumgartner, Devin Rothermel, Eric Dickey, and Justice Fund to the stage.
Dr. Waters, in the conclusion of the ceremony, please leave our banner stable until we need it for our first special meeting in 2024. Thank you. Would all grads, students, alumni please raise for the Steelton-Highspire alma mater.
On behalf of the newly graduated class of 2019, Justin and I would now like to present our superintendent with the last banner for safekeeping.